ground, and you might actually defend something. This is the sword of defeating policy. We are the great regime. Our values are honor, valor, sacrifice, and esprit de corps.
Esprit de corps. With Jamie.
Exactly.
And loot.
And a shit ton of loot, as you can see on the ground. Because we was fucking stuff up.
Let me get the microphone going.
Alright.
Okay.
That's much better. See, every once in a while, you look at these dudes and you be like, you a disruptor, man. All you do is disrupt. Like, all you do in real life is disrupt shit. Like, you don't actually create shit. You don't do anything. You just disrupt shit. And then you pop them one arrow in the face. Now, I'm not advocating for violence against people who disrupt your life. I'm just saying that in the event that you encounter an ancient disruptor, people who've been around for several years doing the same thing in the same place, you know, oh yes, I'm finna, and they don't do anything. Yeah, you take care of them the same way, you know, just like that. Bam, arrow in the face. I'm not saying that you should do this. This is not an advocation for violence. I'm just saying that if they are continually finna, you should take them out of your life.
Oh, it's not this
good. It might be one of those two, but at this point, you know what? I don't have a problem chopping them all up because they don't do anything. Well, it's one thing when you're in the community making a difference. It's one thing when you, okay, I can't be in the community. I'm in a different place than y'all, but I will support with my money, right? It's a completely different thing when you being a parasite to the community. Taking money out that could be used for other things. Well, one of these days, I'm finna have a BMW. Oops, I said that out loud. I'm finna. One of these days, I'm finna settle for a Malibu, is what he should have said, right? All right, the kiss is always a classic. And this guy right here, he can take the sword. The sword of Damocles. Wait, he's coming. Oh, he's dead. He didn't even see it coming. It was sitting over his head the entire time. And there's another way slayer. What happens is, right, when you got brothers that care about the community, that protect the things that need to be protected. And you know what? They take care of the things that need to be taken care of. Even if it means that their time is being used defending the community. But you know what? Time used defending the community is always a win. Because the community is where we live. Policy affects how we live. Yeah, yeah, but, the problem is you don't have a ball to go home with, right? Like you think you're gonna take your ball and go home, but in reality, the entire system is set up to
Reinforcements available.
benefit certain people with policy.
Or continue fighting. Keep fighting. Another opportunity to extract will appear soon.
Damn true. Which is why we in the Gray Regime advocate for as many black men in the military as we can get. Because guess what? Those in the military, we change the system. We are joined by Mrs. Gray.
Oh, okay. That's why y'all probably 2/3 derelict.
Oh, that is exactly why we said the title is 2/3 equals derelict.
2/3 equals D.
Yeah.
That's our Einstein equation.
Oh.
Not E equals MC squared, right? But 2/3 is equal to derelict. See, the issue is that people are not willing to put in the effort to defend what is important to them. Like, we need to look at ourselves as reachers of the legacy. If we have children, our children are our legacy. Why are we sitting down, crying? Well, we could actually be standing forward, protecting our legacy, making our legacy important. This is something I don't get.
Guided greatest.
We can't believe the greatest generation is only
Like
past.
you look at these kids today, right? They don't respect their elders. You hear that all the time, right? As the previous generation,
Well, you know, what's interesting is that the previous generation has been sitting on their haunches for approximately, I don't know, the past 50 years. And what we have to do is fight. Well, the fight did not stop with the Civil Rights Act. You see, civil rights only gave us the basic rights as a human being. And even then, it did not achieve everything that needed to be achieved. As subhuman people. Like, even the Mexicans are given more power than us. Because, guess what? When they get convicted of crimes, they get deported. Since when have you heard of a black man getting deported? Instead, he gets the highest potential charge for that crime.
oh,
what happened was, what had happened was, you know, if I have to use my efficient Negro colloquial language, right? What had happened was, we were not ever included in civil rights. Civil rights was done and then it was co-opted in order to make white women a minority, women a minority rather, so that black women become a double minority. And then we decide, okay, we're going to give them a secondary deal. We're going to give them a secondary minority status. And while this may be important to some people, but namely the people of Caucasian and female descent, who are the true recipients of white supremacy, let's not fake ourselves with that. We are looking at a system that is made to crush us. It is made to mimic the system of slavery, not unlike any other system we have known. If we are the designated underclass, we will not gain any of the benefits of the system. And the one or two few males that make it through, they are the outliers. So we have to look at the system and understand the system is the problem. The policy is the problem. We are at wave 15 already. Yes, we are. That was quick. Because please just think how much damage you do when you're talking about the truth. I believe that we could get to 20 if we're being completely honest, but, you know. Yeah, let's go.
Extraction is ready.
Let's go. Let's
Unless
continue
you can
fighting to
handle
the
more
20th.
of the enemy. Continue to defend. You will be rewarded for your bravery.
Yeah. Commander, go ahead.
Thank you, because you guys went out here.
Oh, we're talking about the two-thirds policy. We would like you to explain the two-thirds policy for all the viewers who are not aware of what's going on. Wait, you mean save yourself, black men, is not capable of saving 100% of the black men out there?
You're not really saving this because black men, what? Community? The community is what? The community needs your responsibility. So what you're saying is that we're Derelict already. And we're going to continue to be Derelict. Because that's what save yourself black men, which is really kind of actually the United States, one for the Derelict and two for really black male benefit.
So you're saying that 20 million black men cannot save themselves. Why is that?
Well, because if that was the case, I mean, it would. Well, like by their rhetoric, right? They said black men basically have to divestment from the black community, right? The problem is that black men are black community.
So no matter where we go, we are identified as a black community, regardless.
Yeah.
So even if we're in a white community and we feel as though we have the ability to, let's say, we get the ability to distinguish ourselves from other black men.
Yeah, like, literally, like, when you hear them using the rhetoric, right? Dragon Dagger, right? Dragon Dagger is just a dog with the black man. That's all it is. The problem is that, okay, if your community is fucked up, or to be healed, because that's what it's all about, too. If the community is fucked up, that's it, my community is not. Like, the community usually is fucked up.
So as men, we should stand firm and embrace our community, as well as take our community and understand exactly why our community is where our community is right now.
Yeah. I mean, we know why our community is the way that it is. The problem is that you ever wonder why they're thinking, humanize black women right now,
which are actually products of the environment, which is quite literally directly related to profit politics.
Do you know why they don't? You don't hear them calling white women dragon daggers. You don't hear them calling Asian women drag.
Yeah, that sounds good.
But every time you see them on one of your films, it's like this and this, you never see that. Why is that? See, that's an advocation. It's really an advocation of things like this. Because it's not an advocation for unifying them. Because they've already basically stated that, well, the only qualification of man here is that one, that you have a penis, and thou shalt do what thou wilt with thine penis, and any kind of input that telleth thou that you can take responsibility is penis creation. So what they're advocating for is really male genocide black society. Because there's no such thing as saving. There's interdependent groups here. All humans are interdependent.
Yeah.
So you're telling them to operate as well as individuals, which is also part of the problem. Because it doesn't look like anytime he was like right up to the work, I noticed that work hard.
Yeah, I've noticed that myself. And we are joined by the esteemed CRU Reality.
Oh, and my mic is working now. I didn't have it on mute. Hello?
You know, much like these girls just like
Yes. Yeah.
that you can take on a sword.
you're saying that all these guys who are on my stream, as hard as they try, because they are not organized, I can't take him on. I can take him on with ease, actually. With 3 guys, we can take on 100 guys that rush us. Because they don't organize, because they aren't willing to stand against the thing that puts them in the stance that they're at.
That they don't really have to face up black man. It sounds like a solution. Really for 2 other Derelict, right? It's like kind of like the perfect I would say Derelict kind of rhetoric. Like see who's really Derelict. Face up black man. He's really that. And brings out who the Derelict are.
Ice or hamburger or anything that doesn't stand for anything. At least ice is a better metaphor for something that stands in your way and doesn't move until melted.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting?
The 2/3 policy is basically, we understand that everybody cannot be saved. It is an impossibility. So we work with those who are willing to work with us. We're not trying to sell anybody anything. 2/3 of black folk will not be saved.
So what you're aiming for is more like a critical mass of people who are willing to take action. A critical mass of people who are willing to change the system.
See, because the 2/3, they're more like people that whenever they see things changing, they just kind of go about their life and they conform.
Someone in Cetus must have answers.
It's the 2/3. It's the 2/3 that just kind of follow about, go with the flow. The 1/3, the noble, the exalted of lost generation, they are the trendsetters. They are the trailblazers. That the 2/3 kind of follows behind. Now the 1/3 doesn't really want
Ordis is angry
to do anything with the
I may require
2/3 because
maintenance
the
after all.
2/3 they just kind of malinger around to get into shit, right?
But so what you're saying is they give excuses for why they can't do something. Oh no, we can't change things because the gynocracy. Oh no, we can't change things because, well, the system's against us. And never offer any solutions?
You ever find it funny how the derelict Negro male understands that it's the system whenever it comes to talking about black women?
Oh, we can't do anything because the system is against us.
No, seriously. They'll say, child support, take welfare. She depends on the state, right? So you obviously understand systems, right?
They don't understand white supremacy.
No, they understand white supremacy. They're scared to address white supremacy. They're scared to address white supremacy. because white supremacy means now I have to compete with with another group of men.
And are they scared to compete with these guys? Or are they scared because they feel as though they would come inadequate? Or are they scared because the system has set them to be
They don't.
scared?
Well, understand something. A person that says divest from the community, a person that says, you know, who basically denigrates his own group of women. These are people who do not have pride to begin with. They don't have any self-pride. They don't have any belief in themselves. And I hate to say a word, but they don't have any belief in themselves. They don't have any faith in themselves. They suffer from manic self-inflicted shame and self-loathing. And that is probably likely, as the aforementioned was already stated, stemming from recognition or acknowledgement in their own inadequacy. I mean, isn't that what they're saying?
It does sound an awful lot like it. Because the gynocracy prevents them from feeling as though, you know, they have any stance in what's going on in their lives. And, you know, the gynocracy prevents them
That's what
from
they're
being
saying.
men.
Let's look at the definition of inadequacy. Lacking the quality or quantity required, insufficient for a purpose. Of a person unable to deal with a situation or with life. A sad, solitary, inadequate man. That's actually in the Webster, or the Oxford.
The Oxford Dictionary tells you that they are sad.
And because they fail to deal with the inadequacy, which is wholly their own problem. It's only a problem with themselves. They fail to deal with that. And therefore the problem, it is exacerbated, it remains. And it exacerbates itself. The more you try to avoid dealing with inadequacy, the bigger your problem becomes.
So what you're saying is that they should approach the feelings of inadequacy they have that are set upon them by this system. And they should actually approach them and conquer them. Because the system is going to continually tell them they are inadequate. So they should deal with this from a perspective of the system is wrong. And they should approach things as which to change the system. But because they're derelict, you know they're going to duck and hide for cover at the first, you know, for a sign of danger. I'm going to load up a defense mission here, and we're going to talk about the defense
Go to Lua.
system.
Go to Lua.
Yeah, if you can, Dre, go ahead and do that.
I can
Add me to the squad.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Hey, actually, I'm going to go ahead and add crew to the squad, CRU reality. There we go. Reality entertainment.
So the longer that they avoid, dealing with these issues, the bigger the problem becomes. I mean, if you listen to their rhetoric, right? You swear it was the end of the freaking world, right? You swear it was the end of the world. Yeah, I gotta get a stove. And I gotta.
No, go ahead and pick Lua, Dre.
gotta change my weapon.
I need to give me some more slots, man.
The real use of platinum. So Lua is where?
2 new Warframes.
Drea, I will
2
let
more
you
on the
choose
way.
Lua. Oh, there we go. I got my weapons.
I gotta bring down proper.
I actually got a survival one.
Yeah, I have to bring a proper weapon.
There was some mission on where was it? I just could not get past. Like, god damn.
Happens to the best of us.
Oh, actually, I got past it.
But see, that's the thing that happens, right? We as men who are not part of the 2/3 persist. We do not stop because it becomes hard, because it becomes difficult.
You might take a break and recalculate.
Yeah, you might take a break and go back and go like, okay, so how do I approach this? But it is not I am going to give up on this. We are not walking away from the community or the community or whatever accent they want to give to the community. Because
what community? There is no community.
See, one of the things they don't realize is that every time they go and they get pulled over by a cop, they are the community. It doesn't matter what you think you are. It doesn't matter how much money you make. When you get pulled over by a cop, guess what? Your face is the black community. And until they're ready to be willing to admit this, they can't save themselves or anybody else.
Indeed.
You've got the Dread, Twin Gremlins, Dual Zoran. We are good. Let's go. Oh, I must access the second dream in order to... I must complete the second dream in order to access the mission. Let's pick a different mission for now.
God damn it. Damn it. that mission there, good defense was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, see, Martin Luther King said, I had a dream. But at one point, you have to look at the second dream. The dream of equality, true equality. You have to look at the dream of true understanding.
I don't know if that's the whiskey talking or if that's
Hey, look.
Daydream.
I am taking a page from Charles Faulkner's book and going cognac, not whiskey.
Damn. The store ain't even open yet.
Cravacia VSOP says otherwise. But, in honor of my black brother, Uncle Nearest, right, I will open up this brand new container of Uncle Nearest whiskey and say otherwise.
No.
Yes, Lord. Lord. Oh, yeah.
Doesn't matter whether or not I'm ready. It matters whether or not I act when the chance is upon me.
I stay ready, so I don't have to get ready.
Good answer, Victor. Good answer.
Oh, Siri Reality, we are live. That is the sign of Uncle Nearest popping, and there is a shot going down. That is correct.
That is indeed correct.
So everybody's going at this.
Tits and hunches and witches and warlocks.
We will tackle that on another stream, Syria. Our brother Ray, shooting straight from the gun. I believe that the level is not important. I believe that the will to defend our people is more important than the level of skill.
Indeed.
You just have to
The enemy
use all
is
the
out
tools
of
that are
sight.
available to you.
You must defend our
No,
equipment until
this is
reinforcements
interesting because,
arrive.
these are kids in these suits, right? Those are sometimes the damn kids that know better than the adults.
Yeah. Find out what they're about.
I'm just taking 2 shots with this motherfucker.
I got a snow globe.
You got a blue snow globe.
You can't see my snow globe because my snow globe is black and he is good.
Man, who got the super upgraded snow globe?
Oh, that's
See, you've got one snow globe and another snow globe, which means I am the small one inside the commander's snow globe. We are shields to protect our community.
The commander been buying platinum.
Commander has not hesitated to spend any cost with which to take care of our community.
no cost too high.
Right? To defend the community.
Right? And you know what? More so than any pastor, he's been a guy that we respect to, spend his time and energy with his community. Feel free to talk about DTFC, or no, DFTC, Minneapolis. Okay. Yeah.
You see that snow globe you can barely fit in? That would be mine.
Okay, so back to GFTC, St. Paul.
Wait, it disappeared already?
Oh wait, we've got 3 snow globes out there. Oh my. So you're saying you're preparing a male-dominated space?
struggling with a lot of times it's the parents say the mother
Extraction is ready. Unless you can handle more of the enemy, continue to defend. You will be rewarded for your bravery.
So how many years have you been doing this, Sterling? I'm pretty sure you mentioned. Almost 6 years. Yeah. Wow. So you got brothers a place to put a roof over their head as well as put, you know, you got a roof over their head and a place to work, meaning they're putting money in their pocket. That's some shit I could never replicate by swinging a sword wildly on a what's his name, on a video game screen. But that shit does actually impact lives, man. December 9th, you said. What time is that? 6 p.m.? Hey, any of our brothers in Chicago that's watching this right now? Hey, there's no reason for you to not go out there and support your brothers.
Yeah, that's why
Please repeat that again a little bit louder.
So the closest 100 black men in America chapter we have
Walker, something? Okay.
led by Anthony Gordon. He was also a black veteran.
Born military, which means he is followed the very popular this year.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting? Keep fighting. Another opportunity to extract will appear soon.
Doing things like regular.
So you're saying they're making a difference in a society that people are so afraid to make a difference in because of the gynocracy?
Yeah, the gynocracy is just an excuse for what they really want. Because when you look at the level, all they really want is their academic which is really not if you really look at society, this is what I'm saying. Here is where society is now. Black men only those who don't think that black men are worth anything think that getting the white woman is getting the difference is that it doesn't matter what woman you end up with, it still works. No matter if you're dealing with a woman, no matter if you're dealing with a black woman, unless you're dealing with a Hispanic, it still works. The same rules still apply.
The rules of the overarching society still impact your offspring because your offspring are kind of black.
Well, those women also still think about policy, right? Because women can make their own money. So white women, Hispanic women, they have the same luxuries black women have, which is the ability to choose totally based on this because they can make their own money. That rule applies in the problem is that whatever you think you much like these They do not have any stuff, but they don't think that they have power. And the gynocracy so what they really want is not that. But yet the only ones who can have access to power like this. This is why we have the ability to complain about those blacks. But you know, is that you never really feel when you are so happily married in a relationship with another good woman, right? So with another type of black. You never really hear them actually complain about black people. You know why? Because we're dealing with shit in their own goddamn lives. And like I said, the same rules still apply. If you can make it work with any other people women, you can make it work with black people. You're willing to do the work. Non-black.
You know, is that something like me moving to North Dakota from Chicago, right? And I don't sit here in North Dakota complaining about Chicago.
You only complain about the people.
Well, I make one thing complain about the natives out here begging me and all of that, right? Some niggas want me all the time.
You don't complain about things. You don't complain about
Where are you to?
right here.
Oh, yes, you.
We don't complain about things as people have a lot. What happens is it's not so sensitive. Those of us who know that know that the overall solution, always just get the person alright, for instance, you're behind on your mortgage, you're behind on your light, you're behind on your what? Let's take the first one. Your mortgage or your light bill?
Mortgage, obviously.
Now see, the mortgage you gotta have
You pay the lights and you lose the house, what are you paying the lights for?
it's like
I mean, that drop wisdom is like amazing. It's like deep distilled.
I just think people at 50 years old gonna be like one of your janitors or powers.
I'm not saying that there's a Morgan Freeman reference in there, but there is.
But yeah, when you takes place, preference it is your house, but it only remains your house because you don't use the mortgage. Because you have to pay the cost of the house. So if you look at, say, America, house is rules and regulations house that governs. But see, everybody's in the same house. In the same house, all America, right? So we don't like these policies. We don't like how people are behaving in the house. or we won't fucking do something to change the damn policy that everybody in the house has to adhere to. In order to, make the fight better, especially for ourselves. Also good. So if we don't change the rules of the house's operations, right? But you're complaining about how people are acting, and mind you, this stuff is not against house policy. The stuff they're complaining about is not against house policy. Like, the stuff that they're complaining about is not illegal, according to the law.
Yeah. Well, hell, hasn't America always changed their laws for us? Ah, these niggas, they're getting too advanced. Change the law.
Put them up. So yeah, change the law. We can't change the law because that black woman. Like, well, black woman. And then when you really look at it, no women.
Wait, so go over that percentage of Congress that was black again for me. Because, I may have mentioned it at one point before, but if I remember correctly, when they hit us with that
Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting?
Yeah. When they hit us with that no taxation without representation, I don't think it applied to black people. Because we don't count as people. Remember that?
Yeah, let's see.
That was good.
There's literally been maybe like a dozen black congressmen.
And see, that's the thing that you look at how the society is built. Yes, we are supposed to. Black people are what, 15% of the American population conservatively, and that would mean that we would, of the 100 people in the Senate, we would have 15 black senators.
I mean, I think that's a better starting point than this black bitch gotta change. So you're asking her to be a leader. Like, I always say that black men are the leaders, and they should listen to us. And
Operator,
her listening to you is you telling her that she has to be the leader. How does that work?
That sounds like every girlfriend I ever had. You go out there and get it, right?
Like, you do it for me.
Wait. Okay, so let me look at this. To date, 10 African Americans have served in the United States Senate. 10.
Yeah.
For all the senators of all time, it's only been 10.
Yeah, and there's some racist prick, right? Like, sitting somewhere like, yeah, isn't that great? While the Derelict Negro Male is like, see, the reason why we ain't have more black senators is because we got democracy. Like, no, it's because you've been derelict.
So 10 black senators for a 15% population. That means that people are not taking their stance.
Yeah.
Jeez, I want to, but I don't want to.
Yeah, I mean, that's some of it.
I'll go buy the liquor in the squares first. Then I'll go get some platinum. I need another slot. I got some suits to claim and some weapons.
As always, I share a reality with some humor tied to the mix. Like, you think about this, right? 15% population is black, and you've only got 10 black senators for the entire history of the United States. So, you mean to tell me that for the past, I don't know, what was that, 1776, Declaration of Independence, till now, which is approximately 250 years, right? Let's give them 250, which puts them at, well, not 250, almost 250 years, right? 200 plus years at least, right? We've only had 10 black senators. And these are the ones who sign policy into law. So, up until the year 1870, Haram rebels of Mississippi was the first African American senator. So, 1776 till 1870, there was no black senators.
Someone in Cetus must have answers. Come on, sweet things. Give it up.
And Blanche K. Bruce of Mississippi took the oath of office. It would be another century, 1967, before Edward Brooke of Massachusetts would follow in their historic footsteps. So you sit there and think about that. Look, so we had 2 black senators for 100 years, and we were supposed to be okay with that. Meanwhile, we as black people make up 15%, well, let's say 13% of the population. Let's even be even more conservative. 12% of the population. Which would mean we would need 12 senators to represent our interests, correct?
Yeah.
That's something.
And people don't understand how policy affects us, because no matter how many times you go, rock policy, rock policy, rock policy, people still don't get it.
Nope.
The laws of the land define who is a criminal and who is of right standing. And how these laws are enforced define who is a criminal and who is of right standing. Guess what?
Oh,
When stopping...
it's even worse. The senators that make the laws, 10 black senators.
No, that's 10 for the entire history of the United States. It's not 10 black senators now. It's 10 for the entire history of the United States. Get that correct.
How many black judges interpreted the law? Supreme Court or federal judges or otherwise?
That's a great question. How many black members of the Supreme Court?
That's even worse.
I'm Googling this now. How many black Supreme Court justices?
How many black Supreme Court justices?
That's a great question. So Thurgood Marshall, right?
Clarence Thomas.
And Clarence Thomas. 2 in the entire history of the Supreme Court of the United States. Man, oh man. 2 of 9. 2 of 9 for the past, what was it, 70, let's go 1776 as the Constitution was, it says it has law.
Hell, even that white bitch on Star Trek was 7 of 9. Shit.
Interestingly enough, there have been 6 foreign-born justices In the court's history, James Wilson, James Iredell, William Patterson, David Brewer, George Sutherland, and Felix Frankfurter. No African American candidate, well, I'm reading from Wikipedia, no African American candidate was given serious consideration for appointment to the Supreme Court until the election of John F. Kennedy, who weighed the possibility of appointing William H. Hastie of the United States Courts of Appeals for the Third Circuit. Hastie had been the first African American elevated to a court of appeals when Harry S. Truman had appointed him in 1949. 1949. So from 1776 till 1949, there was no black Supreme Court justice. Even though we make up 12, 13, 15% of the American population. And yet people don't understand what policy means. Ah. Shall we go another defense mission? Or are we too drunk to do that?
Hey, I haven't even started drinking yet. Hold on. Where's my, let me get some ice. I got a little leftover from last night before the store opened.
And I had leveled up so much stuff that it got mastery rank 11 and almost mastery rank 12. So.
I see that. I am impressed. Like, I'm looking at the mastery rank 9 test going, how the fuck am I going to beat this?
Oh, that level 6 test was easy. I love that.
You finally made some ciphers.
The aiming mission, you just use a shotgun.
Well, you know, a shotgun is a great tool for, you know, hitting things within a certain range. Like, oh, I need to hit that one dot. Let me use a shotgun and aim in that general vicinity right there. Hey, you all want to take that defense mission on Earth all the way through and see how far we get?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Yeah, because I beat I beat everything I had challenges with yesterday. Like I said, you know, you just sit back for a second. You know, it's like playing Borderlands or whatnot. You get that boss and you're like, ah, shit.
Speaking of Borderlands, next weekend we've got to drop that Halloween DLC with the skulls and whatnot.
Oh.
Huh?
You know, just to show how much more powerful our characters have gotten while we've been off screen.
Oh, yeah.
There's a Halloween DLC where you go through and you collect the ectoplasm from the skulls, and you go into Heck, and then you go ahead and fight the enemies in Heck and go ahead and beat the final boss in Heck. I will not say that he is easy, but I will say this. I'm going to punch him in his face until he dies.
Pretty much. My buddy told me that this derelict Negro that came out here, he said, "You're ruining my life because you're not helping me."
Wait. Explain the situation in which he came out there, though.
Oh, we told him, no, don't come out here.
And
he left his wife and his child. You know, he was sleeping on his wife's mom's couch.
Okay, so his wife's mom's couch, which means he didn't have his jack squat, right?
Being derelict in Chicago, so he decided to come leave his family and be derelict on his own.
Okay. So I'm following. So he came out to North Dakota. What all did he bring with him?
I don't know. I mean, What does a derelict that's sleeping on his wife's mom's couch kind of have in their possession?
Okay, so let's assume he brought some clothes. Did he bring a phone with which for them to call him back?
He didn't have a phone. No phone.
No phone? Did he bring a computer for him to answer emails on job interviews?
If he doesn't have a phone, I'm pretty much sure he doesn't have a computer.
So what you're saying is this guy came out here without a phone or a computer with which to be reached by these jobs, but he expected for these jobs to, you know, contact him back with telepathy. Telepathy. That's what we're going with right now, right?
He went to the Wild West without his coat.
And he came to North Dakota in the middle of winter.
Yeah, any smarter person would have went down to, like, you know, Tennessee, Atlanta, Florida, North Carolina, you know, someplace warm for the winter and go work, you know.
Does he not know that North Dakota hits -10 to -25 during the winter?
Yeah.
Let's see. That is the action of a derelict, to blame someone else for their failures when they set themselves up for failure.
And then my boy said he turned the corner around his crib, right? And he see dude standing over there like a block from his crib. He said, how the fuck did this dude get my address? Oh, he was probably in the car with him the other day and went rifling through his car while he went into the gas station and got his address off an envelope. That kind of trifling ass guy. You know, the kind of guy you make him stand outside the bathroom next to you while you go piss because you would not turn your back in your crib on him. Like, no, nigga, you stand right here next to me. Shit, I ain't going. I'm not taking my eye off.
You represent the 2/3.
Like, even my mom, she laughed at that shit. She was like, ah, shit. Like, what do I owe you? She like,
So is this guy correct in saying that you are the reason behind his failure?
well, I leave it to him. You know, I said I was gonna lend him $50 2 years ago, but you know, she got tight. You know, I had to go home
Our
for Thanksgiving and shit like that.
compromised.
That threw him
Defend
all the
cargo
way off.
until reinforcements arrive.
$50 2 years ago. So if a guy was about his, you know,
The guy's 38 years old now.
oh, he's 38, and he's about his business, which he's obviously. But if this guy's about his business, is that $50 going to make or break him?
No. To me, $50 is that's beer money.
Well, it's both of us.
I mean, it can help in a pinch. You know what I mean?
Is that $50 going to pay the rent?
Oh no. It'll help you get to the job to pay the rent, but it won't pay the rent. It'll help you get the Uber to work so you don't get fired, so you still get the check to pay the rent, but it's not gonna pay the rent.
So what you're saying is that $50 doesn't really help at all.
Oh, but wait. Look, my buddy saw him, right? The guy was outside standing with the natives in front of the damn gas station. With the natives.
Okay, so what was he doing with the natives?
He already was on his second beer.
Oh,
This
so
would be at about this time in the morning, 10, 11 o'clock in the morning.
I see.
While he's out of town, with no home, living in a shelter.
He's living in a shelter as he left home, and he expects someone else to take care of him.
Yes. Meanwhile, he's drinking beer at 10 in the morning with the natives.
Explain to me how he expected things to get better while he's drinking beer. So you're gonna have to raise your mic now, because that didn't come through as clearly as it needed to.
Yeah, I had to switch it off my speakers because
Priorities.
you know.
Priorities. Oh.
Yeah.
Priority. Completely crossed over.
Yeah, I mean, I can sit here and get drunk all day because shit, my shit is paid for and paid off.
Paid for and paid off. You mean you are taking care of your responsibility? How dare you, crew, as a black man? You
Well,
are going against the Dallas Negro Code.
I wouldn't want some better Negro to come tell me about drinking and, you know, what I'm doing in my own house. Wait, did you my own house? My own house? my own apartment.
So what you're saying is you would not have 2 kids in a 2-bedroom apartment hoping that everything worked out.
No, not at all. No, if I had my daughter up here with me, I wouldn't even be sitting here with y'all right now.
Oh, you'd be out there getting that money?
Yeah, something like that. Not something like that, exactly that. But oh my! Look how big my globe is now. Whoa!
Yep.
I'm up, baby. I can fit 2 goldfish in there. I was arguing with shorty yesterday, but the day before, about Moses is black. And she's telling me about all her research. And she sounds like, you know, one of those 70-year-old black. Huh? Yeah, but she's bringing like the old 60s pseudo black power shit. You know what I mean? It's like, all that shit has been debunked. He's like, well, I studied this shit. I said, but my parents are black history professors. And I talked to them about this. And my dad's mentor is Hakimata Booty. Like, you know, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, we do this. Not to mention the fact that I'm on YouTube all day talking with anthropologists. You know what I mean? Right, what the fuck?
So you were saying that Moishe was not necessarily black.
No, I said he was black. I mean, he was in Africa.
Or, you know, anything in Africa, if they're not black, you can't survive.
And then I even showed a video of a white woman saying, you know, you look at Egypt and you look at, you know, even the Sphinx. And then, you know, Moses being a prince of Egypt, you know, how long would that stand if you were white? But, you know.
Are you saying
the logic
requires some degree of melanin?
Reinforcements available. Do you choose
Yeah.
to leave now?
He didn't have to
or
be an
continue
Ethiopian,
fighting?
but he sure damn wasn't white.
Continue to defend. You will be rewarded for your bravery.
Never seen my shield this high.
What level are they at?
They're at 16 and 30.
60, 30? That's pretty nice. We're not on that level yet. Have you unlocked the real officer? Oh, you haven't unlocked the real officer?
Oh, no, I haven't. Hey, what levels have you got to? What missions have you beat? You know,
I've got
story mode.
Neptune.
Yeah, I'm almost there. You said you had to go all the way around. I said, God damn, you wasn't lying.
Well, you gotta go to Uranus, to Neptune, to Pluto, and then work your way back to Jupiter.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm on Jupiter. I just can't, you know what I mean? Jupiter said to get to this planet, you gotta go work your way to the other planet, beat the other planet, then you can go off the planet this way.
And Jupiter was like, nope.
Yeah, it's like,
And
hey,
you gotta be level 40. I was like, but it only gets to level 30. What did you asking me for?
it's impossible. That's some gynocracy shit.
So are you saying that the women in the gynocracy don't actually have the power that people think they have? Because it actually requires...
How is, okay, let me ask you this, right? So, it's a gynocracy. Gynocracy is what? Totally is by women.
Yes.
You think it's black women and women? Totally is.
Well,
I asked this
there's a
question.
reason why women have the money in the black community and men don't.
Well, wait. Actually, black men still make more than black women.
Well, that's just counter. It's not really true. Oh, like, how dare you say things that are actually, how dare you state facts and imagine them to be reality?
Because the facts can't be true because then that debunks their whole argument.
Exactly. So you can put in facts.
Hey, Jason Black pulled that shit yesterday, right? He pulled a Cerulean Gray, right? Because Charlamagne was talking about, well, Judge Joe Brown, we actually invited him a couple years ago. He said he wanted to fight in the car service phase where he's like, breakfast club. We're not that big. We don't do that for anybody. So Jason said, all right, we all know that you're trying to tell jokes like Judge Brown is broke or some shit, and I know that money's not a factor. But here, let's take away all this. I'll pay for the trip and the hotel room. Now, like, I'm taking away all their excuses. Now, are you going to debate her? Mind you, some radio guy wants to debate a professional debater, aka lawyer, aka judge of debaters, a judge. How? Well, now, what's his name? He misrepresents all lawyers everywhere. Few possibilities.
I'm trying to debate those shit now.
Charlamagne didn't want to take Judge Joe Brown on his debate. You know, Judge Joe Brown said it's an insult to black men to put Harriet on the $20 bill before you put a black man on there, seeing as black men are the ones who, fight the wars and lead the community. Like you just passed up the black men for the black woman. He's not saying no, don't put Harriet on there, but you should have put a black man on there first.
I like Justin Brown. He's just, relegated with this. When you make statements like that, right? It makes people think, well, what is the TV does? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even those things. Because you could put Harriet, hell, you could put the flying fucking spaghetti monster. Unless you control the distribution of it, it doesn't matter who the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Like, Harry's coming in.
Well, then we would be 1/6 with the money, which is equal to our population because of the bill. We got 6 bills, so if we got a black person on 1/6 of the bill, then that's equanimity. Figure we're 1/6 of the population. We're on 1/6 of the money, so.
So it's like this. Black men, they do actually have stuff, man. A lot. There was quite a bit more. You know, a couple of those things, there's naval vessels. Did you know that there's no naval vessels? That's the black movie? See, I think I might have just give us any level of control.
Yeah.
And still taxation, representation. So, I was putting the black man on the
propaganda, man. You gotta work the propaganda as well, remember?
Extraction is ready. Unless you can handle more of the enemy.
This dude ready to go. Here you go. Oh, you? What y'all want?
We can do 15.
Keep fighting.
Nobody died yet.
Another opportunity to extract will appear soon.
You know, that's one of those symbolic things, right?
Yeah.
they're trying to put Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill to give you a what's the big item on the political docket? Right?
Feminism.
But, no, the big item on the political docket right now. Reparations.
And that would be symbolic reparations. We gave you niggas money. Look, we put a nigga on the money. Told you we gave you niggas money. Even though you niggas won't see these $20 bills with Harriet on them. But, at least your niggas is on them.
Yeah, I seen that meme where they put Harriet on the $20 bill.
And they're trying to push this through now, though. They was the feminist group that pushed that through, though. You know what I mean? Oh, just like that Harriet movie. Bunch of coon-ass motherfuckers. Man, I wish you had like 20 slots on your Warframe. That would be awesome.
Well, we'll go to wave 15 and finish it.
Yep. Hey, we're looking as good as these little kids that were protecting us last week. Now we can just stand around smoking cigarettes, playing by ourselves now. And we don't need you. We don't need you, little Jimmy, anymore. Thank you, though.
Well, we've gotten a lot stronger since we started playing Warframe. And
I mean, hell, the last mission, I got what, 80 kills, and you got 150, 200 targets. I think I'm gonna have to unnight you again.
Hey, he sure dies a lot. It flies as soon as I get to Call of Duty.
You're reviving me. And don't worry, it'll come to you in Call of Duty. You can feel it. You know what I mean? You can feel it. I was telling Cerruti the other day, me and my buddy was talking about Call of Duty, but like the real soldiers, like, nah, they don't run through Call of Duty like that, because ain't no regeneration, ain't no rejuvenation in that shit, in real life.
No respawn.
Right, you gotta went through that level slowly, checked all four corners, you know what I mean?
You be hugging that cover.
Oh, man, you got seen that video one guy slowly was using the avatar of something name of like
Huh.
Damn, when we all running across, that's a lot of snow globes in this thing.
I mean, there's so much energy. And then when you light a snow globe inside of the snow globe, it just re-strengthens the snow globe you already lit. happened with that one?
Nah, it's just big,
Have you noticed how easy it's become to do that jump slide thing? And you can just jump through the whole entire level like.
So I'm standing back before using video wow. You like that? I don't even have to worry about that. Everything dies.
I think my cross has more defense than my rhino.
You notice that?
Yeah. Oh, they haven't made a Call of Duty where they go in Africa, have they?
No. You said
They don't
Africa.
dare do that.
It was years resource mission. I love every combat.
Oh, bullshit. Bullshit.
Africa is viewed as an easy target to conquer. How many nations in Africa you know that have air superiority?
Oh, not air superiority, but shit, you still gotta get on the ground and go take that shit over. You want long sleeve or short sleeve?
Short sleeves, I forgot.
Yeah, alright. That mean they gonna chop your arm off above the elbow.
Well, you've been to Ghana, so you can tell me about that.
No, I'm telling you about like what I know from my Liberian people. About the war out there. Blood Diamond, Charles Taylor.
That's Liberia.
Senko, what's his name? That's the dude that put Charles Taylor, what's his name? Let me see how he won. Cody Senko, he was the first one that started. That was all over the Blood Diamond. And that was all the shit that the white folks put in place, but shit, they couldn't stop that shit. Indeed. Nah, but when you got a bunch of drugged up kids, you know, Chicago, Minnesota, you know, the little nigga kids, and you got them all drugged up and give them guns and tell them, don't give no fuck about nobody, it's kind of hard to fight a war against them. When everybody's against you. Even with your trained troops. Because guess what? You're going into a land that they know better than you.
As the base is most guerrilla warfare, actually.
And where do gorillas live?
Where they live.
Yes.
Depending on
Where do
the gorilla.
gorillas live on what continent?
Most of the time, actually.
No, indeed. So when you talk about guerrilla warfare, yeah, I know it's G-U-E instead of G-O-R, but yeah, you know what I'm getting at. Oh, it's still somebody running around there. Like underneath. Hey, but see us playing games like this though, it gets us to know each of our styles, right?
Yep.
So we'll make a pretty decent squad if we get disciplined. You know what I mean? Because we already know how we play with each other. You know what I mean? Gotta get it sick with the movie.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting?
You've been on air with the Grey Regime. Our values are honor, valor, sacrifice, and esprit de corps. With
gaming. Hoorah.
Hoorah. Thank you guys for joining us for today's stream. We may be back later, we may not. All depends. Have a great night. Great day.